learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this day to Messina.
He is very nearby. This is not 3 leagues off.
Have any gentlemen been lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of them.
Victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor upon a young Florentine called Claudia.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Mountanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed, I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. He'll be meat with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman, yet an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord. Man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtue.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat, it ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young square now that will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudia.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. Oh, God help the noble Claudio. If he hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
Good Signor Leonardo, you have come to welcome your trouble.
Signor Leonardo.
For that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that line, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse than 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep in your way, God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you're old.
Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo, I've invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least the month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled with the Prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
Thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please, your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why I have faith methinks she is too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other than as she is, I do not like her.
Now thinkest I am in sport, I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, in a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow?
In mine eyes she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, Faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, where the prince of these sigh away Sundays.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not Leonardo?
I would your grace would constrain me. Don't now.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh, on my allegiance? Mark your dick. On my allegiance he is in law. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark you how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her. The lady's very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
And that she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I give her thanks. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a retreat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle from an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die. Look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as time shall try. In time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and plant them in my...
I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, at light, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover, presently, and tire the hero with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father.
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I've heard it, what blessing brings it?
And a present remedy, at least, of patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach, and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You've late stood out against your brother, and he attained you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true root but by the fair weather that you make yourself.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. If I had my mouth, I would bite.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only.
What news brought you? I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he?
A proper squire? And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary. On Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
A very forward-marched chick.
I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come. Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure, and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned for an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing. The other too like my lady's
Trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes. Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. And yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend? I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one.
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
God, match me with a good dancer.
Sing no more, dear, sing no more of so dull and heavy. The fraud of the men was ever so, since summer first was leafy. Then shine that show, but let them go, and be you guys upon you, converting all your songs of woe into hey nani nani.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him. And his commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them. And then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure, not marks and not laughed at, sings him into melancholy. And then is a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. You must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
Are you not Signor Benedict? Banquet.
Tis Denzel. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things save in the offices and affairs of love. For beauty is a witch against whose charms faith melteth into blood.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come, go with me. The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Did you think the prince would have used you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you will beat the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep in his sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince's fool? Huh. Maybe I go under that title because I am merry. Nay, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me up. Well,
Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
oh, she misused me. Past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I'd been myself, that I was the prince's jester. that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance that I stood like a man at a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. Come, talk not of her. I would to God some scholar would conjure her, for certainly while she is here, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Oh, look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia, bring you a hair off the great Sham's beard, do you an ambassage to the Pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with his harpy. You have no employment for me?
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Very once before he wanted of me with false dice. Therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Claudio? Wherefore are you sad?
Take of me my daughter, and with her my fortune. His grace hath made the match. Let all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
Faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I think it. Poor fool keeps me on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Oh, good lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone into the world but I, and I am sunburned. I will sit in a corner and cry, hey-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. To be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then, for I have heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married,
I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor, and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, my lord. But I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinal of me. I am sick in displeasure to him. And whatsoever comes athwart his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou thwart this marriage?
I think I told your lordship here since how much I'm in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman's hero.
I remember.
I can, in any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in me to temper. Look you for any other issue?
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man as Claudio, I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. Now he'd rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain of the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. Now is he turned orthography, his words a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell, I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform thee to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it, till he hath made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheat of her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Good discourse, an excellent musician. And her hair shall be of what color it please God. Prince and Monsieur Love. Oh, hide me in the arbor.
Come, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord.
Oh, come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is possible. Sits the wind in that corner.
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
You amaze me. I had thought her spirit was invincible against all assaults of affection.
patience!
I wish you'd bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her. Rather than she will bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
For God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message.
Yea, signor. Just so much as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, signor? Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as to say any pains that I take for you is as good as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a fool. I will go get her picture.
No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock. But are you sure Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? So says the prince and my betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full a fortune in a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit, as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always excepted my dear Claudio. Come, go in, I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
On. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it. Better than accordingly.
I do but stay till your marriage be consummate, then go out toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be his greatest soil in the new gloss of your marriage is to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope you be in love.
Hang him, Druid. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
What, sigh for the toothache?
Well, everyone can master a grief, but he that has it.
If he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs.
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barber's man hath been seen with him, and the old ornament of his cheek hath already stopped tennis balls.
Nay, who rubs himself with civet. Can you not smell him out by that?
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude. He is in love.
Old senior, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words, and I would speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
My life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this plan their parts with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good then, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you. Yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you, discover it.
You may think I love you not, and let that appear hereafter. It ain't better be by that I now will manifest.
Why? What's the matter?
The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero. Even she. Leonato's hero. Your hero. Every man's hero.
Disloyal!
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Think you have a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not, till further warrant. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
any man stand in the prince's name?
How if he will not stand?
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses, and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why then, let them alone till they are sober. If they make you not then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir...
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man, and for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
You may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is, and steal out of your company.
You have been always called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child crying in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her to still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear it?
Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying. This is the end of the charge. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay.
And nay, by our lady, I think he cannot.
Marry, not without the prince be willing. For, indeed, the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offence to stay a man against his will.
By our lady, I think it be so.
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call at me. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
My Conrad! Peace. Stir not. Conrad, I say.
Here, man, I'm at the elbow.
Mass in my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that. Now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close then, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters. Yet stand close.
Therefore know I earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I doubtless tell vilely, I should first tell me how the Prince and Claudio, planted and placed by my master Don John, saw far off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was hero?
Two of them did, Prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret, partly by his oaths, and partly by the dark night, but chiefly by my villainy away when Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her next morning and there before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw at night, send her home again without a husband.
We charge you in the prince's name. Stand. Call it the right, Master Constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
Masters.
Never speak. We charge you, let us obey you to go with us.
Thanks. Oh, it's almost 5 o'clock. Just like you were ready. Oh, let My troth, I am exceedingly ill. Hey ho, for a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
These gloves the Count sent me. They're an excellent perfume.
Oh, I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot spell. A maid and stuffed. There's gonna be catching cold. By my troth, I am sick. Ugh. Get you some of this Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. It's the only thing for a qualm. Benedictus. What? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus? Moral? No. By my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy epistle. There, that prick is tearing the epistle.
Madame, withdraw! The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Merry sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see, it is a busy time with me.
Merry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
In purchase, sir, speaks a little off the matter. His wits are not so blunt as God help I would desire they were, but in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living.
Comparisons are odorous.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
Pleases your worship to say so, sir. But we are Morduk's officers.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, had ta'en a couple of his errant knaves as a messiah.
Good old man, sir. He will be taught. God help us. Well said, neighbor Burgess, and took me in ride of a horse. One must ride behind.
I must leave you.
Word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself, and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragance. Drink some wine. There you go. Go, good partner, go. We are now to examination these men.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No. To be married to her, friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I urge you to ask it upon your souls.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Oh, what men dare do. What men may do. What men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now? Interjections. Why, some may be of laughing as
Stand Prince, you learned me.
have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I have known her, you will say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate beforehand sin. No, Leonardo. I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed her bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on me, seeming! I will write against it. You seem to be as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or the pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Yes, my lord, well, then he doesn't speak so wide.
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
What man was he talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this!
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Or then are you no maiden? Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Why, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not enough chastity in language, but offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero! What a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about the thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair.
Have no man's dagger here a point from me.
Cousin, wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother the spirits up.
What about the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle! Oh, hero, my hero, Signor Benedict.
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death were the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
Cousin Hero.
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? But doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not ope thine eyes. Grieve thy, I had but one. Chid I for that at frugal nature's frame. Oh, one too much by thee. Why ever wast thou one? Why ever wast thou lovely in my eyes?
Sir, be patient. For my own part, I am attired in wonder and know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed, confirmed. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so, that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears. Hence from her, let her die!
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know not. More of any man alive than that which made in modesty doth warrant, and let all my sins lack mercy. My father must prove you that any man with me converse that hours on me, or if I yesternight may take the change of words with any creature.
Counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the prince, is left for dead. Let her be kept a while secretly inside, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What shall become of it?
When Claudio shall hear that she has died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into the study of his imagination, and every organ of her lovely life shall come apparelled in more precious habit, more moving, gentle, and full of life into the eye and prospect of his soul than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, if ever love had interest.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
I have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
The man might deserve of me who would right her.
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way. With no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
Strange is the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so much as you, but believe me not. And yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
Sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says, I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest. I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I love you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
God, though I am here, there is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go. Beatrice, in faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with my enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is it not approved in the height of villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands? And then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh, God, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man at a window. Oh, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero. She is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone.
Beatrice.
Princes and counties. A goodly count. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend who would be a man.
By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love, some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul, the Count Claudio hath wronged you.
As sure as I have thought our soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me.
sir, we hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God. And write God first. Forgot to ᴰᴏv𝔦� go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves, and will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you, but I'll go about with her. A word in your ear, sir. I say to you, you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Stand aside. Oh, God, they're both in a tail. Have you written down that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, that is the aptest way. Let the watch come forth.
Masters, I charge you in the prince's name.
Accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John, a villain. Why, that's flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Ready, fellow? Peace. I do not like that look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary as ever was committed.
If I that it is!
What else, fellows?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain. Thou wilt be condemned to everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero is in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon this grief suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonato. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Let them be in the hand.
God's my life! Where's the section? Let her write down the prince's officer gospel. Come, find them. Come, naughty varlet.
Wait! You are an ass! You are an ass.
Does thou not suspect my place? Does thou not suspect my years? Oh, that she were here to write me down an ass.
Now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
We've been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any did so, though very many have been beside their wit. I will bid thee draw, as we do the minstrels. Draw to pleasure us.
Is that an honest man? He looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What? Courage, man. What though care killed the cat, thou hast metal in thee to kill care.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and text underneath here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice.
Well, I will meet you so I may have good cheer.
My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then...
I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who overheard me confessing how your brother incensed me to slander the Lady Hero? How you saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments? How you disgraced her? My villainy they have upon record, which I'd rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame.
Was not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. And, masters, do not forget to specify what time the play shall serve, that I am an ass.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your honor, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princess, for my daughter's death. Record it with thy high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose on me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin, yet sinned I not but in mistaking.
For my soul, nor I. And to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house. For since you could not be my son-in-law,
She was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous in anything I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, although it be not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you let it be remembered in her punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
God keep your worship. I humbly give you leave to depart. Should a merry meeting be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
We will not fail.
Bring you these fellows on.
Pardon God itself the night, those that slew your fire tonight. For the witch with songs of woe, round and round her tomb they go. Midnight assist and moan, help us to sigh and groan. Heavenly, heavenly, praise yon and yield your dead, till death be uttered. Heavenly, heavenly,
Oh, pray thee, Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
God of love sits above, knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander the good swimmer, Troilus, the first employer of panders, why they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet. Nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken, fare you well now. And yet ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast freighted the word out of Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed. For I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. If you will spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I could never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. I pray thee now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who's fled and gone. Will you come? Presently!
Will you come hear this news, signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So were the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears, in the true course of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things sought so well.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, truth it is, good sir, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That I, my daughter, lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio, and the prince. But what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. For my will is your goodwill may stand with ours in this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, dear friar, I shall entreat your pains.
Tomorrow, to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind were she an Ethiop.
Come forth. Here's the friar, ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same as she. And I do give you her.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand before this
One hero died defiled, but I do live, and surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero. Hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived. All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
That he loves her, for here's a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another written by cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I'll have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
Oh, I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince, a college of witcrackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Thinkest thou I care for a satire or an epigram? No, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it, and therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion.
My lord, your brother John is ta'en in flight, and brought with our men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Let's dance ere we are married, that it may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterward.
First, upon my word, therefore, play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.